I do find validity in them. You know, I am concerned. But am I concerned enough to go bonkers? No, I haven't found no proof for a New World Order. The Masons. My father was a Mason. He wasn't a part of the New World Order. Masons are like that. Masons are a group of people that came away from persecution. They wanted to believe freely like the rest of us. People, get over that. Anyways, I mean, you comment on my video, tell me what you think, but on this one video, I would ask all of you not to be a total dumbass about it. Give me some logical things going on here, what you firmly believe. And then we'll talk about it. Let's debate. Don't make me become a true troll now. Drakomis out.
So far than being negative, they conceive a lecture like this, for example, as positive. And it has an amazing effect on countries where this is being implemented this very day. No constitutional protection if you go against it. They control education. I'll show you how in the lectures. Money, law, politics, economy, history, psychology, philanthropy, medicine, religion, media. There is nothing that they do not control. And remember, they are neither left nor are they right. So if there are right-wing parties and left-wing parties, they control them what? Both. That's the Hegelian principle. That's Hegelian logic. Remember that both Marx and Hitler, the extremes of left and right, presented as textbook enemies, evolved out of the same philosophical system, Hegelianism. I'm quoting from one of the greatest researchers in this field. That brings screams of intellectual anguish from Marxists and Nazis. Remember that the Jesuits were told that they must serve on this side and the other side. Remember that? And create conflict between the sides. This conflict of opposites is essential to bring about the change that they want. Today, this process can be identified in the literature of the Trilateral Commission, for example, where change is promoted under conflict management. Have you heard that name before? Right, conflict is essential. The state is absolute. So the state must have total control. That means the people must relinquish their rights to the state. Do you see that happening in the United States at the moment? Absolutely. So the state requires complete obedience. An individual does not exist for himself in these so-called organic systems, but only to perform a role in the operation of the state. That's exactly what it was like under Nazism. Here's Hegel. The two, Hegel and Kant, are the philosophers behind the system. I was stunned. I was in Europe 4 weeks ago, in Germany, and the leaders, the presidents of Germany, went down and put down wreaths in front of these people's graves and said, their philosophy has made the new Europe possible. They honored them. What a terrible, I would almost say satanic, well, why not just say it, philosophy. The Illuminati principle that the end justifies the means is also the principle of the group and the order, which is skull and bones. That means you can do anything, no matter how dastardly, as long as you achieve your aim. There's an outer circle, an inner core, all of these. Council of Foreign Relations is the outer circle, Trilateral Commission, all of those. Trilateral Commission was founded by David Rockefeller, comprises 200 members worldwide. The Bundy operation, activism towards a new world global order. George W. Bush, who was a member of Skull and Bones, remember, says that it's a big idea, a new world order where diverse nations are drawn together in a common cause. Only the United States has both the moral standing and the means to back it up. So, do you think they're trying to get all the countries of the world to come into this system, yes or no?
Now, on June 4th, 1963, President John F. Kennedy signed Executive Order 11110, which authorized the U.S. Treasury to start printing a new form of the silver certificate called the United States Note. John F. Kennedy issued $4 billion worth of this new cash money, free of debt, free of interest, and it was enough money to allow the nation to conduct its business without needing to involve the private Federal Reserve Bank. Only 5 months later, John F. Kennedy was shot by the crazed lone nut, Lee Harvey Oswald.
I didn't shoot anybody, sir. I haven't been told what I'm here for.
This is the basement floor of the Dallas City Hall, and that's what Oswald has been shot.
And as soon as Kennedy was buried, the United States notes were pulled out of circulation and destroyed, except for samples in the hands of collectors. Now, when I first proposed this linkage between the monetary system and the assassination of our world leaders, I got an email saying, well, that's nonsense. How do you know it wasn't Cuba or the Russians or whatever else? And I'll be the first to admit there were overlapping agendas. There were a lot of people who wanted Kennedy dead for a lot of different reasons, but if there is no link to his U.S. notes, then why was John J. McCloy, former president of the World Bank, former president of the Chase Manhattan Bank, appointed to the Warren Commission? I don't care what kind of a man McCloy was. He is not a homicide investigator, and the Warren Commission was supposed to be investigating the assassination of the President of the United States. What is a bank president doing on the Warren Commission if there is no connection to the United States notes?
Jesuits were told that they must serve on this side and the other side. Remember that? And create conflict between the sides. This conflict of opposites is essential to bring about the change that they want.
This is Troll the Ancient of the Young and Trolls Alliance, wondering if you fall prey to the same sort of tactics that our mean-spirited cousins know so well. For example, if they make comments like, "Only wimps delete comments," do you actually fall for that? When they say things like, "Way to block me, pussy," do you actually fall for that? It's your responsibility to block and delete comments you don't like. In fact, to not do so puts you in a victim role, and you're not a victim. So go ahead and block and delete away whatever seems appropriate. It's your choice. I'd like to give a great big thank you to Troll the Draco, one of our original trolls, and by original, I think we have to look twice at that, because I just checked out your policy statement about trolling civilly, and you definitely had this concept before me, so I want to give credit where it's due. I think that I'm honored that you've joined our group, and I think this is a movement of good-natured trolling that's going to go a long way. In fact, I predict the terms MST and GNT are going to catch fire and take hold on YouTube, and you'll be able to say you were one of the very first. Thanks so much for the shout-out. I really appreciate it.
In our freedom, or everything is lost. Everything.
Everything is fine. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. Everything is fine.
When anybody preaches disunity, tries to pit one of us against the other through class warfare, race hatred, or religious intolerance, you know that person seeks to rob us of our freedom and destroy our very lives. And we know what to do about it.
And now, gentlemen, no violence, please. And don't throw those bottles. Don't throw those bottles. No! Oh, no!
What's up, YouTube? This video is for First Phone 2, who requested I express my other kind of beliefs.
Yes, I am a member of Permanent, I understand that, but that's for another video at a time. So, what are my other kin beliefs? Well, I don't necessarily call them